When it comes to the barbell back squat, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. The first one is just setup. You want to make sure that the bar is actually comfortable across your shoulders. If this bar feels like it's digging into the neck or digging into bone, you should not be putting a pad on here. That pad is only supposed to be used for the hips during a hip thrust. If this is painful, it simply means that you're in the wrong position. So hands on the bar, somewhere just outside shoulder width is usually going to be fine. Line up the center of the bar, make sure that you're right in the middle. As you come underneath, you squeeze your shoulder blades together as tight as you can, which is going to create a little groove for the bar to sit into. You can move around a bit like this, try and find that spot where the bar kind of slots into place. So for me, it's right there. I'm going to stand up, take 2 steps back, make sure that my stance is nice. Some people go a little bit wider, some people go more narrow. Just do whatever feels comfortable to you, and if you're not sure, you can experiment between sets and see what feels good to you. From here, make sure that you're not bending the knees first, like that, but you're breaking at the hips first. So the hips go back first, and you sink straight down to your squat. You go as low as you can, and on the way back up, keeping the chest nice and high. What you don't want to do is just collapse into the bottom and let everything round. You might be able to get down here, but if you're not in good posture, then there's no point in doing it. So hips go back first, shoulders stay squeezed together, chest up nice and high. Once you're low enough, standing back up. One common mistake that people make is as it gets more challenging, they allow the hips to rise first when they're coming out of the bottom. So the hips come up and then they stand tall. This is called the good morning fault or a good morning squat. We don't want those hips to rise first, okay? We want the hips and the chest to stay connected, hips and chest, so the entire torso keeps the same angle and rises at the same time. Some people, depending on your anatomy, might have a bit more of a forward lean as they squat, which is fine, as long as that stays the same and the hips don't rise first. Some people, like myself, might be a bit more upright, which is again fine, as long as I keep that angle and I don't allow the hips to shoot up first. When you're done, step back in, check left and right, squat the weight straight down.